Morning. I am Moss. Good morning, everybody. It's been a while after my trip to South Africa. Okay, just want to say good morning to everybody. Thank you for making me reach 1,000. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe. My channel is about a bit of travel, analysis, content about content creators. Also, other topics, casual topics come up uh, time to time. But today, I want to just say thank you to everybody and wish Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. What I want to talk today is something bit of the normal content. I'll come to the is about my thoughts about what I saw in South Africa, what I think about South Africa after those 6 days I've been home from home. It's quite interesting. South Africa is going very deep changes, and the awareness that the need for work, the need to do difference is coming. Even there is no lot of opportunities, South Africans have been turning to themselves to survive in a very such way that it becomes curious how the big corporate institutions the will progress now that Jacob Zuma has make a turn back in politics and create another part opposite, just parallel, not opposite, really parallel to the ANC. Are the ANC politics worth it for South Africa, or the MK party do a difference? No. The answer is not, because of the macroeconomic way of dealing and manage the economy. That South Africa gonna go deep recession, even conflict internal? Yeah, the prospects are there, the signs are there, because every single corner you walk or you drive or you stand in South Africa, there is somebody with an eye on you to steal from you, to do something not positive. The South Africans regret supporting the ANC. Yes, we can see a lot of nostalgia, we can see a lot of uncertainty, but there is a group in South Africa of people that comes from the ANC, the cadres of ANC, this politics of deployment that is destroying the country. So where's the country go on forward? Well, depend on many factors. Depend on a single man walking the street. You have a house, how your monthly income and so forth. The primary strategy, economic strategy of many citizens of South Africa does not work. Small business here, small business there. South Africa is a vibrant country that needs a big corporate business and long-term vision. And to do that, it needs a restructure. Take politics from the main core business, and the politics become like the lawmakers, do legislation, all that. That's what South Africa have to look into. So, South Africa will go in elections very soon. Those elections will bring not much change, but a bit of surprise, because when I was there, I spoke to the youth, and I can see many of the youth are trying to survive themselves on selling drugs, petty stuff, and that petty stuff does not come the income needs. Basically, what I'm trying to say, the independence, kids come independent, financial. How much is the rent of a house? 5,000 rands. So if you're selling drugs, your minimum, if you're not very active, and you bring almost 3,000 rands is not enough. You're still gonna have to need money for transport, you not money to eat, money to sustain yourself and your stock. So drugs are not the alternative in South Africa. They are not working, they are not doing. Is a consumer market for drugs? Yes, there is. There is need, everywhere in the world there is need. Is the how the young the youth will manage to survive. Most of them, they're planning themselves to punish the ANC. Most of the young, even people, their parents are ANC cadres and hardcore. They are looking to punish the ANC. So we expect a punishment of the ANC from the youth. So the ANC will not have those votes that they had before from the youth. They will have votes to survive from the old generation. Let's say people from 40s to up. Below 40s, they will go in different directions. We'll see different parts surging, and also we'll see ANC split themselves because of the MK and Jacob Zuma. Are the South African politics deep rooted in KwaZulu-Natal? Yes. The Zulu warriors, the Zulu spirit, you had that the year previous in my vlogs. The South African way of living is a warrior spirit. The Zulu spirit is spread all over across the country, that everything have to be fought in a such way. There is no manners, and this is not a very positive thing, because people, they don't feel attracted. You know the principle of Mahatma Gandhi, that customer first, not your ego, your personal ego. That is a lot in South Africa. When you go to buy something or buy a car, you see personal egos. You don't see customer first to sell a product, and that is a downfall also in the politics. It is the white population leave South Africa? No. What I have learned for these last 10 years I've been living in South Africa, the Afrikaners are part of South Africa, and then they will be forever. They feel the black community only is the ANC, the way the ANC portrayed them, and they are losing a lot, not supporting the minority white population for political reasons, but in the day they will be penalized, and the long term they will suffer. You can see the appointment of the previous CEO of ESCOM, how end up sour, and that was a cultivation of many years of negotiation to appoint that gentleman as a CEO of ESCOM. What is going to happen to ESCOM is another problem. ESCOM is finished. ESCOM can't stand, except there is a radical belief. Especially, I have to say, people have been talking, everybody points finger to Gwet Matacha. Gwet Matacha is the person to blame most for the crisis in ESCOM, because he's the gangster behind all these cartels. People speak everywhere you talk. I visit a couple of friends in Wheatbank, and every time I was talking to them, the name of Gwet Matacha went up, and Gwet Matacha has created a dent on this business of coal. It is called the solution of future of South Africa. No, South Africa have to go for gas. Are the relationships of the gas people who supply gas to South Africa good? No. South Africa is in a situation that they need to believe and trust on the new young generation of business mind. People, they see that alternative resources are essential and vital for the economy. What has to be done is just bring real people, make the Rainbow Nation become like a Russian salad. What I mean Russian salad? Race card have to go away. The race card is not working in South Africa. The EFF is not a good element in politics. There's a need for the next legislation parliament create a new legislation about hate and division in politics, and also open the BE legislation. The BE legislation has got to a point where make the country not moving anyway. So what means that the social benefits, there is need of changing how these RDP houses are allocated to people. Free RDP houses are not helping at all, are creating another diversion of funds that requires to develop the infrastructure, the basic infrastructure. So in my point of view, what I saw in Shashanguve, what I saw in Alex, what I saw in El Dorado, what I saw in Soweto, Florida, Rhodaport, make me realize something very interesting. May some of you, if you're South Africa, you're gonna say I'm talking shit, but I'm not talking shit, because the post office is a case to correlate to this what I'm gonna say. There is need for people from now on. They're gonna be award these RDP houses to start to pay a very symbolic price for those houses, because that 2-3% of the cost needs to be returned to treasury. Treasury needs find a way of getting money back somewhere somehow, like let's say 1,000 rands a month will be something interesting, because if you make these people pay 1,000 rands a month, you are making them aware the responsibilities, because the services, the public services, those houses need the drainage, water, electricity, those services being given free, entirely free, creates a dent somewhere somehow on the benefits of the young generation. The South Africa needs to create a child benefit for every single child that grows. So what the government is given for every single child grows, not for lower incomes, have to be for across the board in the country. Doesn't matter who you are. There is a need to invest in that, give the families extra 1,000 per child to help to growth, and that money have to come from somewhere. So if we going to see South Africa carry on develop this RDP project the way it's going, we're gonna see the GDP values, very ugly values. But also there is a need of the government not be a solo one party. It needs coalitions in government. Coalitions will bring a better view, because there will be contradictions, and the contradictions will make people aware, and the politics that is need to tight up left and right, like the police. The police is loose, and the police people are the most corrupt people right now in South Africa. I thought the politicians are the most corrupt people, but no, it's the police. A single police person a day, what he does, it astonish you. I know the politicians, they do in the back, but this is what now have to be changed. Coalition governments will help change South Africa, will help improve the macroeconomics, because this thing of the ANC, Patel's, Gordon, and Mantashe, and go around and around, it's become like a vicious, and then it comes like a virus, and very dangerous virus, that people think, oh, things are moving. No, reality, the things are not moving, and things need to be changed. So will you do? I don't know. It's quite surprised. We see a lot of things, bad things going on under the carpet. But what is positive in South Africa is the mindset of people looking into the future, and people start to realize it's no longer be South Africa. You need to be international. You need to walk. You need to move. You need to see it. You need to explore and bring in. The downfall of the overall situation in South Africa is the internet, the broadband, the telecom. After Eskom is telecom. And by the policies of BE, seeing there is no Starlink in South Africa, shows you South Africa is on a situation that in terms of technology be stuck in space, and that is quite important changes. Okay, let's have a break here, and I'll continue. Are the richest safe in South Africa? No. Riches are not safe. People, they call themselves rich. Those people live in waterfalls in Johannesburg, or they live in Cape Town, and they have this apparent idea that they are safe in South Africa. No. People, they are not safe. Rich money is not safe in South Africa, because most of activities, underground activities, are really heavy criminal cartels. How these things are going to change? Well, South Africa needs to change their policies, international policies, in terms of business. Maybe big changes on the taxes affair to attract corporate and big companies back in the country. They downgraded the tax levels, and also open to a different kind of how companies operate. BEE is not worth it. It doesn't work. Has made so many people rich, and those riches are not benefit the normal South Africans. The black community of rich in South Africa are empty people, people with no brains, people with no vision, people that just buying cars and things, artifacts, and stack them under their garages, underground garages, with so much. Why? I have seen somebody was working at SABC, a friend of my family related to me. What happened to him? That is an example, and not gonna go deep on that. The other thing is, those same people who have captured a lot of wealth from BE, they not create a difference on the communities. They are not creating another way of benefiting others on their own ranks. They come about me, too much selfish. And selfishness of rich black new 3 diamonds or 4 diamonds or whatever they call themselves are very dangerous, because add them the gangsters, add them who damage. Because if you saw to Baragwana Hospital and you look the budget that Baragwana Hospital had in apartheid times, and the budget needs of budget growth of population in Soweto in the present, you see there is a lot of this wealth, black diamonds, benefiting from those contracts and giving people, like I saw it personal because I went there, expired tablets. Most of South Africans, they have expired medicines, and the real medicines are sold to clinics in very low prices, and those clinics make charge medical aids higher prices, and this is quite dangerous. So how these things are going to be tight is the voters punish the ANC. The ANC have to be punished. That is the answer of the problem. You may insult me, you might call me names, I'll appreciate, and by the way, in advance, thank you. But there is a need also the South Africans to understand the economy depends a lot on very small things that need a better legislation. One of the legislations that's required in South Africa is about landlords and properties, lease. The government have to walk away from this policy. If you evicted, the landlord must provide you a solution. This is wrong. This is not benefit at all. That's why so much infrastructure is being neglected. There is a need, a very tough policy on lease. Doesn't matter who you are in the society. So we can revitalize the economy of South Africa, because people be able to go and choose what they want, not the state determine the level of rate that what you want to live. You have to choose if you want to pay rent of 5,000, so you have to understand. But also improving salaries. The people work in Transnet, Eskom, Telecom, and others, institutions out there of the government, there is a need of cleaning, a deep cleaning, not employing people just for the God's sake of employing a person. No. An example, ZAS. It took me 5 years to understand what I should do to close my company. That was ridiculous. And then what is happening in ZAS was the lady was there. She is already on the 40 years old. She does never start accounts. She does not understand account. And then she have to be asking if she have to be nervous, rude. You don't need to do that. Well, let's carry on talk about ZAS. So people, they need to understand that the people in SARS have to be trained. The people in SARS need to be monitored. The people in SARS have to be supervised, have guidelines, and this will help. I have been in different countries. I can give you an example what's going on in China. China has given to the employees, before employ somebody in China, you go through exams, very deep exams, and this is a good process that China has implemented. In Russia, the tax issue has changed. Russia became more capitalist compared to the United States. Russia now is the most aggressive economic in the world, the way they do it, in the way they look deep in their tax, because they benefit a lot. The improvements they do, what do they do in Russia these days? Training, constant training, and tests, real tests, to see if the person have that skill to hold the position that he holds. And this is a good example. In America is a different. The system of learning in America just that's come with the culture and the principles, and that is another way. In the United Kingdom, in Europe, people, they are not just given jobs to work on the tax affairs just because it's a friend of a friend. And this is a big problem where the tax affairs in South Africa are a mess. But nevertheless, South Africa have a resource, human resource, good, that needs to be retraining, that may be prepared for the future, and South Africa can improve. So what I'll conclude here, to close this, I'll say something very important. Once again, I was impressed with the security at the out train. I left my computer on the train. I took a wrong train, end up in the route to Park to Pretoria, and I had to change a train. I left my laptop on the train. I went to the airport. I had told them in 45 minutes I had my laptop back. So that is a positive note for the South Africans, especially for the out train, the way they done their work, the service work, the customer only needs improvements. I want to say thank you to the security team that works in our train. They done a wonderful job. I'm impressed with that. 45 minutes, I had my laptop, all my documentation, passports, and everything back. Nothing missed. So thank you to the out train management, especially to the security team and the gentleman and the lady at Oliver Tambo Airport, the security team there. To close, this is not a positive one. My whatever you're gonna do, I don't care, is about attitude. As a person living in South Africa, got a point where I start to say to the people, your attitude towards anything, towards each other, have to change. If you are not kind, the word kind is very important, because if you're kind, you can understand each other. You can listen other and look it and realize, okay, he's trying to tell me something. And this is one of the biggest challenges the politicians have. Change the tune. Be aggressive is not helping the mentality of the society, the division of behavior. This is dangerous. I saw it many times. I saw it in many streets of Joburg, and then that needs to be changed. And then it change starts from the politics. It starts at home, when you teach your kids, your family, not just every time expect somebody drop a coin. This culture of give a coin, give something, is not helping South Africa. You need make people worthwhile. When you work in Johannesburg, you see people begging. This is not South Africans. South Africans are not beggars. I live in South Africa. I know South Africa. South Africa have a lot of values, and then we need take those values back. It's not just begging. See somebody dress well and think that person is wealth and chase him. This is dangerous. We need to change this mentality. Also, we need to start to appreciate safety, personal safety, health and safety. Many times people ignore health and safety. It starts from the police is the promoter of doing wrong. Police, they are not caring to correct citizens of their bad behavior. They go and they start ask for money when the people start bad behavior. That is one of the things in the end of the police. The mentality of culture of begging and threatening people is taking violence to another level, and that is dangerous. Also, the police behavior towards paid drivers and all have to change. You can't just apply tickets just because you want to apply. You have to alert the person. You have to see the level of dangerous and then apply the law. Just not on the pledges that you have to be given 50 pounds or 50 rands or 20 rands or whatever just to buy a meal. This is not good for a policeman, because next time that person sees you, knows 20 pounds or 10 rands or 20 rands make a difference, will not even bother to listen to you, just will end his drive license and give you the same. And this will make it more difficult for tourists and foreigners in the country to understand what's going on. So that is the negative note, the close note of here. Happy New Year to all South Africans. Happy New Year to everybody that's gonna visit South Africa. The only thing I advise anybody, open your eyes, try to be simple dress. Don't take too much bling bling, call attraction. That is dangerous in South Africa. Whatever you're gonna say, I don't care. Don't give a damn, because it's the truth. I live there, and then I have to say the truth. Just try to be simple as possible, and try to greet, try to talk people with respect. Let's make a difference. That is my point. Thank you. Bye. I wish you all the best.